Imagine you help assembling a 1-ton bomb that then kills over 200 people. Then you go on the run, get caught, serve 11 years of your 20-year sentence, and after you're released, the first thing you do is use your newfound fame to sell coffee. Yeah, you heard that right. This is actually a real story happening right now in Bali. So today I'm gonna show you the story of Umar Patek, the Bali Bomber. Umar Patek was convicted for assembling the deadly explosive used in the 2002 Bali bombings that killed over 200 people. The deceased not only include Indonesians but also Australians and other tourists from all around the world. Patek helped assemble the last 50 kilograms of the bomb that they then placed in a van and parked it outside of a nightclub. And that was actually not his first act of terrorism. He was also convicted of bombing a church and killing 18 people in the year of 2000. After the bombing, he went on a run and was evading capture for nearly 10 years. During his run, he went to the Philippines and then later to Pakistan, where he eventually got caught. He was captured in Abbottabad, the same city that Osama bin Laden would be killed at, just a few months after the capture of Patek.
Welcome to Abbottabad. How about we take a quick detour through the local gun market?
That shows in what kind of organizations Patek was involved. In 2011 he was extradited back to Indonesia, where he got a 20 years prison sentence. And many thought he would spend all his life behind bars. I mean, we all know how harsh Indonesia is with criminals, and especially a criminal who murdered 200 people should be behind bars forever. But the complete opposite happened, because in 2022, just 11 years after he went to prison, he got released.
And one of the convicts in the 2002 Bali bombings that killed over 200 people has been granted parole.
The reason was good behavior, sentence remission, and participation in Indonesia's de-radicalization program. Most people question this decision because good behavior doesn't weigh up with 200 lives that he took. Many people in Indonesia think that Patek should be sentenced way longer and shouldn't have been released, because he's arguably the worst criminal in Indonesia, a country that is known for its harsh sentences, but with the Bali Bomber there was nothing to be seen. And the dismay got even bigger now in 2025, and this is why I'm making this video. Because he opened his own coffee shop. I have to correct myself here because there's been new information coming out since the making of this video. In the beginning there was only a handful of sources reporting, and it sounded like he would be opening his own cafe. But what he actually did is produce his own beans that he now sells in one cafe that is owned by a dentist. It's called Ramu Coffee 1966 by Umar Patek. And this name is actually not just branding, it's a wordplay. Ramu means to concoct in Bahasa, the same verb used for mixing bombs. And now mixing beans. It's actually crazy to use an event like the Bali bombings for marketing, but a big company saw their chance and offered Umar the money for his shop. On his launch day, he had a few statements in an interview that I want to read you right now. Before, he said, I was known for something that hurt the world. Now I am brewing peace. Before, bitterness used to destroy. Now the bitterness of coffee can heal. So just more morbid wordplays that are used for marketing. His reasoning for opening the shop was simple. Nobody would hire a convicted terrorist, so he kind of had no choice. And I have to give it to him, he probably would have never got a job, so it's fair that he took the opportunity. I think who we actually have to look at here is the money givers for this project. And this is actually the owner of Hedon Estate, which is a restaurant in Eastern Java. When they heard about Umar's dreams of brewing coffee, they saw an opportunity, which is to use a bomber who killed people for marketing. And this is a general concern of the locals. Because while Patek might draw a few tourists to his business through the marketing, it would also prevent a lot of people from coming to Bali. Because this is not about if somebody can change and reform themselves, but this is about if somebody really got their consequences for a horrible, horrible thing they did. And compared to other sentences, I think we can all agree that this man didn't get the sentence that he would deserve. But yeah, we will sadly have to follow the story and just see what happens, because there's no legal framework that would prohibit him from opening a business. I think people shouldn't find the mistake within him, but within the Indonesian legal system and Hedon Estate, which sponsored all this business venture. Let me know in the comments what you think about this story. I'm very interested to hear your opinions, and leave me a like if you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.